Hey everybody, we are out here live with the 2020 Lincoln Aviator featuring Lincoln, Alyssa, Charlie, and an airplane. So we're going to be out here live driving. We're going to take a look at the car, all of its features and cool things about it, and answer your questions in the chat and sort of just have a good time for about an hour here or so. And
maybe do a sound test demo, huh?
Yeah, I've got some uncompressed WAV audio files, the same ones we used for the sound system tests. Got that plugged into the car here. We've been sampling it out a little bit. It does sound pretty good, I will say.
It really does.
Yep, it's got the
So nice.
the Revel system in there, I'm quite sure. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started here. So Liz, you said you're a pretty big fan of the color, right?
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's so classy. It looks so classic. You see so many cars out there that have just a dull metallic gray. This has chrome, this has black, this has some nice shine and shimmer to it. It's really, really pretty. I think they did a really sharp, really good job with choosing their colors and making them work together in really nice, sharp ways.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they did a good job at not making it look gaudy, although it is close. This is a reserve trim, so if I'm not mistaken, gosh, this is going to be a little test of my Navigator knowledge. I'm pretty sure there's a base, reserve, Grand Touring, and Black Label is the top. I could have reserve and Grand Touring mixed, but we can check that pretty easily. And it does do a pretty good job. It's got some chrome accents up here, chrome accents down at the bottom.
Look at the way it says Aviator right here. I really like this detail right back here because it accentuates the actual lettering here. You've got some detail where it's kind of faded in and out. This, what do you call this right here?
Just like a nice kind of plasticky sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks like we've got someone joining us here. You want to go ahead and hold it?
Yeah. Yeah.
There.
We just have someone that pulled up who wants to know what's going on. So we're going to give them some privacy. And we're going to take another look at this beautiful car. All right. All right. This is what I was talking about over here. It's got some detail right here. I think that makes it look really sharp. All good?
Yeah, just some nice customer service from the chemical company that's here. He's an employee who's making sure we weren't trying to get in and get something ordered or anything.
Oh, that's super nice.
Yeah, yep.
Cool.
I know we're just filming the car. Yeah, yep.
We're all set. Good.
Going over some more of the details.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, I will say these wheels are quite large. These are, if I drop my aviators here, these are 22-inch wheels, but the rubber's only, the profile's only 40. So
wow.
You feel a lot of the little bumps. When you go over big bumps, the suspension does a good job at absorbing that and not making the ride harsh. But you feel the little bits of just kind of like asphalt separations and cracks on the road. And that's because there's not a lot of give in there.
Mm-mm.
So I know these look super cool. I do like the design of the wheels.
Yeah.
But I'd probably just want some 20s. And just make the ride a little bit better for a car like this.
Okay, yeah. What are these ones again?
22s.
22s.
Yep,
okay.
Got wrapper wheels.
Gotcha.
Yep. What else? You'll see the door handles are kind of cool.
They're
not
large.
Real handles. They are very large. You get a glove in there. But there's just a little button on the back that you pull.
See if we can see that.
And then it opens without the handle actually coming out. So that's
okay.
pretty nifty.
So that's pretty stationary. That doesn't move at all.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is where you'd lock.
No way.
Yep, rather than it being down here, you just press that. I actually think you're supposed to do like a little slide or something. Oh, well, you would just put your hand on it to unlock it.
Yeah, I just squeeze the handle there.
Yep, and then I think the door's not closed all the way now. And you just, yep.
That is cool.
If you come on over to the other side, the driver's side.
Huh. Sneak peek at the back here.
You'll see that there's the whole keypad.
Oh boy.
Because Ford, for some reason, is the only manufacturer that I know that does these keypads. And if you've never had one, they're incredibly nifty because you can just keep your keys in the car and say you go out to the beach or you go for a run or something like that. You want to like let someone go get something from your car, you just give them the code. And then it would pop open if I knew what the code were on this car. And then...
It didn't look like you knew.
No, I don't.
That's super handy because there have been so many times where I want to go for a walk or I want to go into the gym and I don't want to take a giant bag in with me, but I have to because otherwise where am I going to put my keys?
Right.
So if you don't want to, you don't want to take your keys on you.
Yep, I agree.
You don't have to.
My
That's
very
really cool.
first car, Ford Taurus, had that feature and it was awesome. I loved it. And it's just such a shame that you don't see it on more cars. It's just on Fords. So.
That's quite interesting, huh?
Yeah.
No reason to get a Ford then, I guess.
Right, exactly. Beautiful interior here, though. I mean, it's no surprise for anyone who hasn't seen what Lincoln's been doing these days. You can't possibly, bias or not, you can't get over how well they did this interior. It's great. I really like this color combo. It's like a dark brown, kind of a similar type of color to that Mazda CX-5 we had, but a little bit lighter. And then a lighter brown. It's kind of like a Hershey's peanut butter cup look going right here. You got your peanut butter and then your chocolate.
I'd even say more Oreo-like.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's fair.
With that white there. But yeah, it's just everything
Beautiful.
feels really premium, and everything where it's laid out just really makes sense. We're definitely going to do a little bit more looking around in the interior as we drive. But even right here, check out these cool door handles because it is an electronic.
Oh,
lock.
I love these.
You just click that to pop open the door, and it's kind of right here where your hand goes in and your thumb rests very nicely on it.
Yeah.
But if you were to be in the car and the power were to go out, you reach down here, and this is your emergency manual door latch.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So because this requires electricity, the battery to be working. If your battery were dead, you could use that.
Okay, so if your battery dies.
That's what that's for.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can see your seat controls are right here. We have the 30-way adjustable seats. Let's go over. Am I able to adjust these right? Yeah. So let's go over some of the functions right now.
Would you like me to have the camera on the controls or the chair?
How about you go ahead and pop in the chair?
Okay.
Yep. Now,
Can't reach it.
right, I'll do it for you.
Oh.
So you just sit. So right here, you've got your standard front and back.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward. Up top, you've got headrest. You can go up, nice and slow, back down, and in and out as well. So I can go out toward your head or back in.
Not that much though.
No, not much.
I only hear it go boop, boop, just the tiniest bit.
Could have something to do with the car being off. It's possible.
Okay.
Then you've got your standard right here. You can see back and forth recline. Takes a little bit to kick in.
It does.
Yep.
You've got to press. It's not like an immediate reaction when you press the button.
That could also possibly be because the car's off. But then right here, even closer in, you've got a little toggle back and forth, and that is for your upper lumbar here. So you can see
Right here.
Alyssa's back, the top of her back is kind of being pushed forward, her shoulders. Right there, she sits back.
That's actually really nice.
Right? You can get it just dialed in where you might want.
Yep.
Yep. Then down here, you actually have individual thigh controls. So I can put one out.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
And the other in. There we are.
Yeah. Look how far that goes. That's crazy.
So I've never
got
seen
one lame leg.
Right. I've never seen the need for two. But all I can see is like one for your gas and brake pedal foot and the other one for just chilling.
Yeah.
But they designed it such that if you want to move them both at the same time, it kind of makes sense. It's kind of like two buttons into one. You can just push them both out.
That's cool.
Pull them both in.
Details.
So those are all the controls right there. Then you also have your 3-stage memory seats. But then if you click right here, and we'll show you when we're up and driving, there are even more seat functions that go through the center display screen. So how about we hop out for a little drive?
Yep.
And talk about some of the features while we're rolling. We'll go for another stop in a little bit.
Cool. That sounds great to me.
Yeah. So before we get going, I'm actually going to have you drive just right over to that parking lot or so and get an impression for the steering and everything like that.
Cool. All right. Just adjust all my seats now.
This will be Alyssa's first time driving the Aviator. Probably the most expensive car she's driven, although she did drive the Corvette a little bit. So that might have been as well. So before you start, let's save... Oh, I was going to say save my seating position.
Oh, well.
But it's not a huge deal.
Oh man. All right. First, this has got to come off.
Okay. Set that down here. In fact, could it go in the little... There's a little store compartment back here. And I'm curious if her purse...
Oh, that's a nice new purse.
Look at that. Fits right in there.
It sure does.
Yep. It's one of my mother's favorite things about her Ford Edge. She has one of those as well.
All right. So we have... What is this called?
Steering column, telescoping, and tilt. Tilt and telly.
That's nice. Oh, I keep on wanting to reach down here and fix my seating adjustments. But
Yep.
Didn't I turn the car on?
Nope.
Sounds off.
Go ahead and start. Might have been because the key was in my pocket.
Gotcha.
Boop.
Have to turn that off. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna need a second to get used to this.
Yeah, take your time.
Giant car.
Does the quality live up to the German competition? Well, we'll talk about that a bit while we're driving. The quality really has taken a major step up. I mean, there's no, like, ooh, this is American quality. I mean, this leather feels sublime. The stitching is good. All of the components. I mean, this moves very fluidly. Both of these equally. It's not like you feel like you're using something cheap here.
This has got to be real leather as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
100%.
that's beautiful.
Is it quite the level of like a Mercedes? This would compete with like the GLE, GLS sort of size. Not necessarily, but it's very, very close. Now, Liz, you mentioned earlier in the passenger seat that you would not like that shifter thing, but you just reached over and did it. What did you think?
It's actually fine.
I told you it
It's
would
fine. From where I was sitting in a passenger seat, it seemed like my tiny little arms would not be able to reach it, but they do.
Yeah. Whoops. Oh, so now you can hear. That is one of the custom Lincoln warning chimes recorded by the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, letting me know that my seatbelt is not on. So
Where do you want me to go?
You can either just drive the parking lot, or if you feel like driving around a little bit, you're welcome to.
Well, if I drive around more, I need to do my mirrors.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Now that is a small pet peeve of mine. This car has automatic start-stop, but when you put it into park, the engine comes back on. And the reason that that's annoying is because if you come into your driveway at the end of your drive and then come to a stop, the car shuts off. Then when you put it in park, the car comes back on, and then you press the button to turn it off. So I guess we just have to shut it off before you put it in park.
Bless you.
Thank you.
All right. I just want to be up a little bit closer. I only did some measurements, not all of them, because if I wasn't going to...
There are 30 different adjustments you can make to your seat, so...
Oh boy, be here a minute.
This could be the whole live drive. It's just Alyssa doing her seat, so feel free. But this is the 5'1" perspective of the Lincoln Aviator.
Not close enough still. I feel really close to the steering wheel.
You can move the steering wheel in. Might help.
That's as far as it'll go.
Ah.
So I like to be high up because that's not how I normally am. This is a bigger car than I'm used to driving. And I want to be sure that I can see up above where all the edges of the car are. There we go. This is ideal. I'm going a little bit faster than I want to be going. But then as I go up, it brings me forward, which is a thing that all cars seem to do.
Tim, I have driven the plug-in hybrid. It's quite good. I like it. It's the motors are pretty strong, the electric motors, so you can get up to a decent speed on just battery alone.
All right.
So if you go out through the next few stop signs and take a left that way, that'll be our test route.
Where that guy's turning up there?
Correct.
Okay. Oh, they have a stop sign.
Yep.
Okay. Very smooth. So smooth. Smooth acceleration. It just feels like the car's floating.
I'd agree with that. It is very floaty. And that's what good, like, I like that sort of luxury vehicle that just kind of floats around.
This one?
Yep.
Correct.
Correct. Keeping a look around the interior here, there's wood grain that feels nice, feels real. There are these plastic doors that open and close.
You gotta pay attention.
Just take a right, and then
Wired?
Yep, you can kind of drive wherever. It doesn't super matter. As long as you don't crash.
Let everyone else see it.
Yep. I do really, really appreciate that even with a brand new design, Lincoln decided to make all their HVAC controls real physical buttons and knobs here. So you have your dual zone, you can do fan right in the middle, and you got your heated and cooled seats, cool little toggle switches for the temperature. These buttons they feel like maybe just a tad bit less nice, just in the way that they turn than the German competition, but it's really close. And there were elements of the Genesis G90 that felt just about the same as this. Let's see. I like these vents. You can kind of drive around wherever here, Les. Like, okay. You can go that way, you can go this way.
It's buttery smooth. It's so clean and so nice. I really am enjoying this.
This is probably the most luxurious car Alyssa has driven, I would think. The CX-5 was quite good, but not to this level.
Oh boy.
And we do have plenty of horsepower on tap that when you need to go, you can go. It's actually quite impressive how much you can scoot a car this size with this engine. Yep.
Alright, I've got my seating adjustments exactly where I want them to be. And it feels good. It feels like the car is not as big as it felt when I first got in.
Good.
It's fun, yeah.
Good.
So having all those minute seat adjustments is actually really, really fun, really nice.
Yep.
It makes it that much of an easier drive.
You do have to take a little while to get them right, but once you do.
And I probably, if I were to own this car, I'd probably make further adjustments because I've just been in it for a couple of minutes. So.
Yep. Coming around here, you got this kind of nice piano black, which I'm okay with piano black plastic when it's up here where you're not going to touch it regularly. I wouldn't want it down here, but Lincoln was smart and they didn't do any piano black down here. It's all wood grain.
Now explain why you don't like that.
Well, I don't like piano black plastic because it scratches up after just a little bit of use. Things rub against it and it gets these little micro scratches and it just doesn't look good anymore. In the sunlight, it looks very chintzy and cheap.
Does it show fingerprints very easily?
Yep, it does show fingerprints, it shows scratches. It's tough to keep clean and nice. Glove box, let's take a look. Not adequately sized. I've seen bigger, but it'll do. Around here, decent sized door pockets. No big surprises. I like the metal speaker grills. Effective. Okay. Taking these bumps pretty well.
Yeah, they're
You can hear a little bit of it. Yeah. And I've noticed a little bit of clatter and chunk while we've been driving it today.
Wheels.
That might help a bit, yep.
Yeah.
Got a nice big panoramic sunroof. Great for a beautiful evening like this. Ooh.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. My bad.
Woo. So it does open up quite far. Oh, and it's really quiet. Let's see. Alyssa's going to get on the straightaway up here, and we'll build up a little bit of speed and just kind of see what the air noise is like. But we're doing 35 right now, and it's really quite good. So see if we can get up to about 55. Okay.
I get a ticket, you're paying it.
So there's no buffeting at all with this open. There is definitely, it's killing a lot of the wind right here intentionally, so it's kind of a high-pitched sound, but very nice. All right, close that. Got your sunglasses holder where I keep my aviators, because this is an aviator. Ah! Gravity, keeping me down. Okay, get that back up there. And even that feels nice. That's one of the things I like to check are what it feels like inside there, and it feels good. I also appreciate that the Aviator has extending, what do you call these, sun visors. Very nice. However, it doesn't have a handle for the driver's hand, so that's a markdown in my book. Demerit. It's kind of been the biggest flaw I've found in this thing.
Which is pretty minor.
Yeah, it's
really
overall
nice.
pretty minor.
Yeah.
And here you've got standard fare, a few different little cubbies, one for a phone right there, which is actually a wireless charger, which is pretty awesome.
Good braking there.
Yeah, yep. You can wireless charge devices, a few other places storage, all carpeted. Well, it's not carpet, it's like a felt material. Okay. Get a good listen for that engine there. Pretty sure we're rocking. It's kind of ignorant for me to have not looked, but I'm pretty sure it's a 3-liter twin turbocharged V6. Ignorant. Liz, if you want to do another loop back to Tyler Road where you were there, we can go to that parking lot.
That one?
Nope, the one.
That comes up here?
Yeah, back down that way by the airport, and then we can swap where we swapped in the Mazda.
Oh, this guy's flying.
Okay. Jeep. Guess we can mess around with the infotainment a little bit. So this is actually just a reskinned version of Ford's Sync 3, but they did a nice job with it. It's decently responsive, looks nice. It will be nice when we get to a time in our lives where every touch is instant, because there's just a micro delay in everything, and you kind of don't realize it because it's sort of just a necessary evil, but compared to like a phone touchscreen or something, there's definitely more delay. This is no Tesla. But it's quite good. You can see the graphics here are nice. Do either a pinch to zoom or use these buttons. You got your audio, different sources. It's kind of cool. The sources pop up when they're available. So like when my USB drive wasn't plugged in, that tile completely went away, and same with the Bluetooth. So that's cool. You have a lot of other apps, even though it doesn't look like it, you can install a bunch. And then plenty of settings. All pretty straightforward though.
I want to make sure I'm going the right way.
Yep, just right at the end of this road there'll be a parking lot.
Oh.
Yep. We'll get out here, we'll stop and take another look at the vehicle and take a look around the back seats. Play around with all those goodies, because it's a good place to be. I am curious what these little speaker grills are. I assume it's for the Revel audio system, because these are microphones right here. But this looks like speakers, that's kind of nifty. What else? A little bit to the left, and then get her final driving impressions on first go at it. She looks comfortable though.
I am.
Feels like she's having a good time.
I am having a good time. I'm thoroughly enjoying driving this car.
Good.
And it's such a giant car too. It's a big SUV Lincoln thing, and I wouldn't think that I would be comfortable in something like that. But the steering is so light.
Isn't it cool how light it gets? It gets lighter when you're in parking lots like this, and it's like remarkably light.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
I'm not used to that at all. Let's see how good of a job I did parking that.
Yeah, first time.
Big SUV trying that.
Well, we don't even need to get out to do so. We can press our little camera button. I think you are in the lines.
Would you look at that? I almost want to get out and like confirm. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Can play around with a few different camera angles here. Interesting. Let's see, moment of truth. Oh, look at that. Very nice, very nice.
How close are you? Okay, so it's a little bit off to the side.
There's a little bit of an angle.
Yeah.
What in the world is this, Ford? Did you not notice? There's just a floor. Is there a floor mat on the driver's side?
No!
Huh. Well, apparently Ford felt like they didn't need to put their driver floor mat in, so let's do that for them now. In fact, we will probably...
Hold that?
Sure.
Okay.
Could feature putting in the Lincoln Aviator's driver's side.
I did get in long. Not too crazy good. Yep, a little bit close there. But at least I'm in.
Alright, Liz, you are driver's seat memory number 3.
Okay.
Since I can't even put it.
That was fun.
Good.
That was a nice, fun, clean drive.
Yeah. We're gonna do back seat.
Oh, sweet.
I guess we can do trunk first. Just giving us a little air.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's
And light, too.
pop that trunk. Did you ever used to watch? Any of you guys ever used to watch that Ty Pennington Extreme Makeover House Edition? Extreme Makeover Home Edition, I think it was, and they would be like, "Move that bus." And
Oh, I loved that show.
Mm.
We'd watch that show when we had dinner.
Really?
Yeah,
That sounds nice.
that was fun.
Well, there we are.
Okay.
button's so offset, but I guess to make room for the camera. Okay,
let's
now
see what we got.
hopefully is the camera picking this up all right? I know there's a lot of sun. Okay.
No, it's fine.
All right, great. So first inspection here, I have not, it's been a long time since I've been in an Aviator. I haven't analyzed it too closely, but got some metal tie downs here. That's nice. This is a little grocery bag hook. That's good to see.
That you can put away too.
Yeah, classy. Nice. Looks like you got a little subwoofer right here.
This is interesting. Look, this on this side and on here is where you'd put one of those things.
Yeah,
and then
bag.
You can actually see they built in the little hooky thing.
Covers, yeah, cargo cover.
But what's interesting to me,
yes,
what space are you going to be covering? Like, look at the distance that it would. That's silly
goofy.
to me,
It's
but
very silly.
Sure, whatever.
You've got a 12-volt outlet here. Up underneath.
Look at all these buttons too.
We'll get there. Nice big storage well. Now, if this were the plug-in hybrid, I don't believe this would be here. I think this would be battery space. But it is carpeted, so that's nice. And then what's under here? Your spare tire. There's a compact spare in here. I don't want to pull this all out because I'm worried it'd be real hard to get back in. But there is a compact spare, so that's nice to see. Ah! What is that?
I have no idea.
There's like grossness from the car. It's like grease.
He's got like car grease on his arm.
You can keep looking around.
Let's see. Okay, this is one of those that you can kind of just pop in. This paint job is actually so clean and smooth.
Yeah,
like
nicely waxed.
it's got a nice smooth wax on it. That's fun.
Okay, so anyway, coming on over here, these little buttons are.
No way!
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yep.
That's the first I've seen that.
And you've got this very nice carpet right here to cause nothing to get in the gaps. And a smooth load surface.
Let's see how flat it is. Relatively flat.
Relatively flat. Then I believe if you press it there, it comes right back up.
That's fun. Okay, so is one for the left side and one's for the right side? I
believe, and we'll figure out right here. One is there's 3R, 3L, yep, right and left. But if you do that, it does them both at the same time.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty fast.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And I think this is a manual. If you really needed to, you could. No, maybe not. Oh, is it to do the headrests?
Ah, the headrests come up.
Yep.
Now these headrests they're very tall. I'm wondering if they would obscure the view at all for the driver.
Well, that's why you can fold them down.
Yes, but also if you have someone that's sitting back there and their head only goes to about here.
Well, let's try it.
Okay.
You go ahead in the front seat.
Okay.
I'll go in the back seat. Yeah.
Let's see how much it obscures. Also, I want to see how easy it is for you to get back there.
Well, we'll get to that. Answer is not.
That's what I thought.
No, I think you do this.
Is there a button right up there?
There.
Making power sounds.
Ooh. So let's come on back here.
You want me to come back there?
Actually, how about you come to the second row and you can get me from there.
Okay. We'll go around.
Or either side, yeah. Either side.
Whatever. Okay.
So there's actually a good amount of room back here, but the seats are very firm. They feel like bench seat, like just like very like jump seat sort of. I'm very low to the ground, to the floor of the car.
Knees quite bent.
Yep, there are some vents back here, so that's nice. I can feel them blowing air. 2 more tie downs, which is kind of cool. Cup holders, 2 on that side, 1 on this side, and some little storage compartments. I can take this. But it's a bit of a snug fit. I mean, I've got enough leg room, but my knees are also up in a really weird spot, and I've got enough headroom too. So it's decent.
Do you feel like you could kind of stretch your legs out a little bit if you needed to?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually can stretch them a decent bit. I'd be comfortable enough back here. My butt would just get sore.
So the kids are gonna fight over the captain chairs. That's what you're saying.
Likely. I think maybe if you were a kid, you'd be okay back here.
If you were a small kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be fun to have this back row to yourself if you had that option.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And you could sit like sideways or something.
I'm worried about it hitting me in the face.
Would you like to try them?
I'll try them. Yeah, because I'm the size of a kid.
Okay, I will get out and then let you.
I'm just gonna step over this little
Right.
console area.
Yep. Oh.
That's hard to do gracefully, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. No, if you need to be putting adults in the third row, you should probably get yourself the Navigator.
Is the Navigator bigger?
Yep.
Is that also a Lincoln?
Yep. That seat must be back further.
This one's not comfortable. Okay. So you can where you want it to be. Okay.
There you go.
So you could, if you really needed to, push the captain chairs up a lot more.
Right. Then the only problem is
Then that person suffers.
right. Then my knees are pressed up against it. Let me see. How would I scoop myself back now? Is there? Yep. Okay. So there is a happy medium in here. I could sit right here.
I'll sit behind you.
Yeah.
All right.
Now you got legroom?
It's pushing it.
Is it?
If I'm being honest.
Well, it's pushing it here for me too.
Okay.
But it'd be doable. If you were a smaller kid, then maybe I could go back to like there.
No. My knees are on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, it's not a huge car, but it's functional. I could do that too, I suppose.
That's actually a lot better. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You want to come on up here to the second row now?
Yeah. It is nice though that there's a button that you can get to from the back seat without having to reach over and then pull a lever and do that.
I agree.
Then you can get outside.
Yep.
Without asking someone, hey, can you do the? Hey, wait, I'm still back here. Wait. You know, It's a little bit frustrating, but yeah. Let's see if how graceful I can do it. I just hurt my finger though.
Oof.
So, okay. There is a nice big, if you look on your side, it's there too, a big stepping platform right by the seat.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's nice.
That is true. Does the back seat have ventilated seats? Yes, they do, and we're going to get to that right now. Not the third row.
The captain chairs do.
Right, second row does, not the third. Third doesn't have heat or anything. That's kind of I think the BMW X7 was the first car here to have third row heated seats.
I want this to go back further.
Well, you got to do that. So
Okay.
push it across back. Yep. Yep, and then you can do it from under here like a standard seat.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, all right.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep, so you can come on, hop in.
Okay.
Second row, seat comfort, much better.
Yeah, yeah.
Captain's
you don't
chairs
have
are
to
pretty
worry
good.
about anyone in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be fine.
Yep, you do have these flip-down armrests on just the inside, but I suppose on the
Don't shut the
outside you
door.
got the door.
Because you won't be able.
Rats.
I mean, I can get out and
Right,
let
right.
you out, but
For some reason the child locks are on, so I am trapped.
yes. Yes, when you were driving around earlier today, the our friend that was with us had to always let me out.
Yep.
Yep.
What else? You have this nice big center console, very deep,
Super.
kind of goes back in there.
Yeah.
You've got a USB-C and USB-A port in there, so that's pretty nifty. It's very quality, just like everything else in the car. Have controls for the panoramic sunroof right here, which I gotta admit, if I had kids back here, I would have that locked out immediately because there's
They
no
just sit
way.
here and press the
Yeah,
buttons
there's
until
no
they
way
were
you'd want
broken.
your kids to be able to have control over that. I mean,
Right.
unless you really had good discipline over them, I guess. Little padded storage compartment there as well. Some nice cup holders that feel good. You have a 120 volt outlet there, technically 110, 150 watt, and then
On the side, yep.
pop that another USB A and C. And I
Look at that.
like how Lincoln has chosen to do an A and a C both together on each port, because someday USB-C ports will be much more common, but for now everyone kind of wants USB-A, so it's good that they did both.
Look how these expand.
Isn't that kind of nifty?
That's kind of nifty.
And they're not, you don't have to pull too hard. You can just
Yeah,
kind of, yeah, you can get a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
You have this cool center screen that gives you a few different controls. So you have your seats, both heated and cooled, 3-stage. Let's see how loud they are. Oh, it's not going to work because the car's off. It's like on but off. It's not started. You have your own climate control for both the second row and third row that you can adjust independently. So that's pretty neat.
That is pretty cool.
Yep. Let's lock those. And then some audio settings.
Nice.
You can actually...
Nice. Again, something you'd want to lock out unless you had really disciplined children.
Yes, exactly. So that's pretty cool to be able to do. And then, oh, you have your different sources. Pretty good response time on this. And then you can do display off,
Wow.
brightness, different modes for the screen. And then this calm screen, which just does...
Oh my gosh, is that fun?
Goofy little cloud animations and the time. Pretty classy. So little touches like that that are just kind of cool.
Fun.
Lincoln's done a good job with those.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get me behind the wheel and do a little bit of driving, and then we'll go over the sound system and keep on going.
Yeah.
There you are. Oh yeah. I guess I'll just get out your side.
Wait, no, stay there. I'll get you.
Okay.
Do this as I'm back here.
Oh, well, thank you. Back into the throne. Is your phone in your purse?
Should be.
Okay, I'm just going to pull it out of there in case the signal gets a little blocked. All right, this nice little under compartment here to put things.
Yes, I do like that. I would use that all the time.
Doom, doo, 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 doom. Now, there are tons of stuff. There are tons of things you can customize in the Navigator. And most of that is done up in this front screen. So, I'm going to pull the steering wheel back and then take the phone from Melissa and show you guys some of those. So first off, the steering wheel is kind of cool. Because right here, you see you've got this toggle. It's a little joystick, so you move it up for audio up, down, track selection, etc. Over here, you've got your joystick for this center display, so you can go up to do navigation things, and then when you press something, the buttons change. So now it's a back button and an OK button. Let's turn the air off here. I actually don't know. That's unfortunate. Never mind. The buttons change, but then when you go back, you can see they revert back to these lights.
Wow.
So then if you did audio, then you've got audio settings up on the screen. You can cycle through and go up and down and everything. Do OK. And then go back to that. Same kind of happens with the cruise control. So right now you can see this area is totally black, but if I press the cruise button, they light up. And now you've got your resume, set, cancel, and then lane following distance adjustments and a self-driving mode. Turn that. Bloop, gone.
That's cool.
Right? It's classy.
Classy and clean.
Very crisp. Now, let's go into the settings menu here. Get the phone up. Try to reduce as much glare as possible. It's a little tough with the camera screen. I suppose if we went somewhere shaded, it'd look a little better, but I think you guys can hopefully see this okay. Go down to the settings. You've got a head-up display, all those adjustments, and then display setup. You can do all sorts of different settings, an eco coach, the tachometer, speedometer, change to kilometers per hour, alert you when you're crossing a border. Fun stuff there.
Oil life.
Yep, let you know how much longer you've got on oil. You can cycle through a few different screens here. Calm screen, or your trip information, fuel economy. Now, I'm trying to remember, maybe it's in this settings. I feel like somewhere, hey Kyle, glad to have you on. I feel like it's somewhere on here. You can do seat controls, ambient light, that'd look cool. I thought you could change the sounds that the car makes. I know there's touchscreen beep. Well, maybe if I find it later on, I'll let you know, because there are a lot of different settings to sift through. Alarm setup, windows, power, like mirrors, air suspension service. Nope. Okay. Well, let's get rolling,
Wow,
shall
all
we?
that stuff.
I know, there's a lot.
Wow.
You can see the extra seat controls here. So it's on top of the door ones that we went over earlier. You can also see seat adjustments here. You can do bottom lumbar, top lumbar, super bottom lumbar. So there's that bottom, middle, top, and then your outside lower bolsters, and then your bottom bolsters. So down here. Pretty nifty.
And massages.
Yep, and massage. Kyle, when is the POV test drive of the Corvette going to be on the Winding Road channel? I'm thinking of putting it up either Friday or Saturday. But we actually have 5 Corvette videos for Winding Road. I shot a bunch of them. I shot a day drive, a night drive, a rainy drive, a back road blast, and I used the performance data recorder to record the day drive, so that'll be a 5th video. So they're going to kind of trick a few over the next week, and then we're going to kind of speckle the rest of them in throughout the year.
A back road blast.
Back road blast.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, we've had
Cool.
Chris and I have been having a lot of fun, and we've got a lot of cool cars scheduled. I mean, we've got everything from AMG GLS 63, Toyota Tacoma, we've got a GTI, a GLI, we've got a Supra, we've got all sorts of fun things coming. It's going to be a lot of cool things. Unfortunately, Kyle, no V8 cargo vans. I know that's what you've been wanting to see. I don't know if anyone makes a V8 cargo van right now other than maybe the Chevy Express, and the Econolines, if those even still exist. I don't think Econolines exist. I think they're just Transits now. But they don't put Chevy Express vans in the press fleets, unfortunately. Let's roll.
All right.
Actually, I'll do a tad bit of POV driving, and then I'll give the camera to you, Liz.
Okay.
So we've got our shifter right here. I really like this shifter. I don't care what anybody says. It's so clean, easy, out of the way, and it's effective. Thanks for fixing the audio. And you got a new speaker. Yep, I'm glad we got the audio turned up a little bit, and I'm glad you can hear it well. Okay, we're gonna drive point of view style. You guys can get an experience for the Lincoln Aviator. And my gosh, this steering is like, I love it. Around parking lots.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I can just 2-finger it right where I need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Okay. In a little bit, we'll go over the different drive modes. Oh, wow, a little bit of throttle surge right there. I will say, I mean, it's not all sunshine and rainbows here in the Aviator. It does have, it's a little bit harder to drive smooth than some of the German competition. So, and of course, we're driving right into the sun, perfect for POV view. But yeah, you have to kind of, certain times, it's very easy on the throttle, and you can just kind of press into it, as you might have noticed, Alyssa, and it's very forgiving. Other times you sort of lean into it and it kind of jolts and jerks. And the same goes for the braking. Sometimes it's just a nice easy application. Other times it's kind of there's just not a lot of consistency to it.
Did you notice that at all when I was driving?
No, you did a very good job. You're very
because
fluid.
My daily driver is a German car.
So maybe you're used to it.
So maybe
well,
something I'm used to.
When I say the German competition, I do kind of mean like like Mercedes, like big time luxury, because the Germans are kind of the status quo for luxury cars. I mean, there's Lexus too, but it's the Germans started it, and the Germans are still king of the game. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna let you take that now. So for everyone just tuning in, thanks for checking out our review here. Not even really a review. It's a live drive, just kind of a casual night here. Alyssa and I spend going over the car we've got. Today it's the 2020 Lincoln Aviator. I'm having a lot of fun just checking out all of its different features, its driving dynamics, and answering your questions. Anything about the car specifically, cars that we've driven recently, or cars that we're going to drive, or just any thought in the auto market in general, or not. I mean, we do things outside of cars. I actually have an interesting video coming up on the channel tomorrow. It's my first motorcycle review.
Nice.
And I say review lightly. I mean, I'm not experienced with bikes the way I am with cars that I can properly review a motorcycle, but it is my personal motorcycle. So I finally got that review edited. The audio is a little wonky, but after the 3 tries of getting audio, I said it's good enough. We're sending it, so that'll be up tomorrow.
Nice, cool.
Yeah.
Does You Know You Like It by DJ Snake one of your typical songs that you play for your test reviews?
It is not.
Okay.
Why?
We have a song request, and I don't think we can play any songs that are
copyrighted, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Is that from Nathan?
Nope.
I love that. That's a great song. But we do have some good songs that we can listen to here after this highway portion to test out the audio system. Do you like it? That's a good song, DJ Snake. That's a good bass and everything. Really good bass.
All right, so we'll have to do some songs that are not copyrighted.
Yep. Unfortunately, I can't use copyrighted music or else we won't make any money. And we're barely making any money as it is, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. Watch all of our videos on repeat. Or just send us money. So up here on the highway, very refined.
Yeah, it seems to be very nice. Very quiet. There was some tire noise.
There is a good amount of tire noise. Part of that is these darn low-profile 22-inch wheels, the low-profile tires. But this is a loud section of highway. Wind noise is virtually non-existent.
Very, very quiet. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alyssa said it accurately that this car feels floaty. It feels boaty, and I like that in a luxury car.
It feels like you're floating along, especially being the driver. You don't get it so much as being one of the passengers.
Yep.
But when you're driving it, you feel like you're sitting on a bubble and you're controlling a bubble. It's a very cool, fun feeling to drive.
Yep, I agree. So let's actually turn up some music here. Now, I don't know how well it's going to sound over a live drive. You guys got to realize when I'm shooting a sound system review, I've got high quality binaural mics. It's been edited on a high quality software and everything. I mean, I'm not like doing anything to the music, but at least it's not just going through YouTube live here. So, but we'll see how it sounds. Try another track here. So there's a lot of fullness to the audio system. It has a really good surround mode, which we'll go over here in a minute.
Right.
Good crispness. I've got to say, kind of falls apart right there. It doesn't, I don't know if you can tell, Alyssa, but it's kind of hard on your ears. Like when you turn it up like this. Like there's a certain fuzziness to it.
I do hear that.
That just doesn't sound, so the best of the best audio systems that I test, you can turn a song like this up, uncompressed audio, everything, you can crank it up almost as high as it'll go, and it'll sound loud. It might hurt your ears because of the actual volume at a point, but it never sounds mushy and fuzzy and kind of just gross like that did. This, I am a little disappointed that it sounds really good at about this volume. You can hear a lot of different instrumentation. But it did kind of fall apart there. And what we're going to see here, we're going to pull over and we're going to look at the surround settings for the audio system. We're going to turn them off and see if maybe that helps at all.
It did sound really beautiful there, though, with that bass that was happening.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the song, it was almost like you could really get lost in that.
It's good, easy listening, but I don't know if it really has the power compared to some of the other ones. So let's go, if you want to get the camera right on here.
Sure.
Into settings. Over to sound. Quantum Logic 3D Surround. We're going to turn that right here once it comes up to stereo. And now, it's going to be tough for you guys to tell, but the sound is much more focused to the front, where you can go anywhere over to there, and now it's much more around us. You can just hear it kicked in.
Yeah.
Way more in the back. Yep. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go back, audio, put it right here, and let's listen to that again. It's better. It's a little bit better. What I'm noticing now with it in stereo mode is I'm hearing the higher those hits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. Those are coming through a lot crisper, and the bass you can also hear more of like the individual bass sound rather than it all kind of mushing together. So I think that surround element was just kind of screwing with it.
I see.
Still doesn't sound quite as good as like the Burmeister or the Mark Levinson, but I'll have to do a little bit more evaluation and we'll give it the full gamut.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
At this price point, do you think that's something that would have a lot of competition?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, first of all, the price point is question mark.
This car, I don't think we have a physical window sticker, but I know it comes in at $75,000. We do. No? What is this?
That looks like a window sticker, perhaps.
No, instructions
No.
for loss reporting. Not what we want.
Okay, so this is
This
75
is
Locarinos.
Yep, and I mean, it's kind of tough to exactly compare apples to apples when it comes to price versus sound
Sure.
system. But I do know that like a $75,000 Volvo XC90 with the Bowers Wilkins will sound better than this.
It will.
Oh yeah, and we've had one.
Yes, we have.
We've had
Yes.
two.
Yep.
Yeah. Even a cheaper XC90 with the Bowers and Wilkins.
Overall quality comparison between the XC90 and this. Because we have seen the nice leather in here, the floaty driving feeling, the wonderful steering there. What would you say?
If the XC90 is a 9, this is an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn solid, I would say.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it feels great. Everything, it's the subtlety, like just little bits, and Lincoln almost sets himself up to it because you have so much more going on here than the Volvo.
Mm-hmm.
The Volvo is almost cheating because it's such a simplistic, minimalist interior. It's
Okay.
very easy to make that feel solid and beautiful because nothing's moving around.
Gotcha.
This, you've got, these shifter elements, these knobs, all these buttons, all this stuff. It's not all hidden in the touchscreen like the Volvo. So a little bit to Lincoln's credit, I mean, they've done more here, but I would say just all this sort of stuff. The Volvo's like punching way above its class. It's one of the nicest in terms of interior quality, and this is right there, just a small notch below.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah. But some of the new Volvos are made in China, so maybe you're against that and you don't want to buy one. So
Gotcha.
I get that.
So this is the Bowers and Wilkins then?
No, this should be a
Ah.
Revel. This should be a Revel sound system. My phone's right there, so I can't check the window sticker. But I'm pretty sure it's like the 30 speaker Revel Ultima. Yeah. What do we got going on in the old comments section? The peanut gallery.
Kyle says, "Thank you so much for accepting me, even though I'm blind and hard of hearing. He's glad that we're willing to be friends with him, even because of that.
Of course.
Many people on YouTube don't like him because of it, and I find that hard to believe, Kyle." but you will always be accepted here on the channel. And we always love your comments.
Yeah, the most important thing is just, you know, so many people in the YouTube comment section are just mean. So the most important thing is just to be nice and civil, and other than that,
ignore the mean comments.
Right, everyone will be nice to you. And no one make mean comments about the fact that after 12 hours of having the Lincoln Aviator in our possession, drive control malfunction, service required. Great.
That's scary.
Excellent quality, Lincoln.
How many miles are on this car?
There are 2,237.6, because that 0.6 matters. It was 0.6 that drove us over the edge to get our drive control malfunction.
How dare you?
Yep. How dare I drive the car that far?
That's quite interesting.
Yep. Yes, the speakers are Ultima. I'd have to look up who does those. Somebody look it up in the comments section and let us know. I'm just skimming through the comments again here real quick. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. Chevy Malibu. We will try to drive a Chevy Malibu. Can you play, you know, like it? Okay. All right. Let's go back down here. But yes, we do have an error message here in the old Lincoln Reno. So we're just going to hit OK and drive it like an American car. Ignore it. All right. You know what we haven't done yet here in Lincoln? Some sporty driving. So that gives us an opportunity to take a look at the drive modes. Down here, you have your drive mode selection button. And actually, I kind of want to do this stop, so I'm going to pull over safely. Because I want to show you guys the fun little animations that you get when you change drive modes. Because you know, here at Daily Motor, we like to have fun. So we're going to pull a little full 180, as that pop singer likes to say. I don't know who sings that song.
I don't know what song you're talking about.
Full 180.
Is that Katy Perry?
No, it sounds like Katy Perry, but it's not. All right, so you have drive. When you press that, when you do, you've got drive mode not available because, you know, Lincoln.
Well.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cycle the car off here and get our nice little exit animation. I'm gonna open the door to cancel that out. Shut the door. Start her back up with our big old start button. Get our welcome animation flying through the clouds because, you know, you're an aviator. Then let's try drive mode again. There we go. So you've got normal, and the camera really has a tough time with this just because of the brightness of the screen. I wonder if I can turn that down. Let's see. That helped a little bit. Still a bit of glare, but you've got normal, effortless, and balanced. Over to the right. Oh, if it takes its sweet old time. Slippery for slick, icy, or loose surfaces. Deep conditions, deep snow, mud, or sand.
That's cool.
Then the other direction, you've got conserve, which is efficient driving, shows you the earth to remind you that the earth is important. And then you have excite for responsive and engaging. Shall we be excited, dear?
Sure.
Now, as we mentioned earlier,
I'm just trying to lock things down so they don't move when we are driving in excite mode.
As we mentioned earlier, this car is... So there's only so much you can do with an air suspension and tuning to make it not floaty. You can still see the car still bucks quite a bit when we get on the gas. But you know what? Let's be excited.
Hello, son. Ah!
So you can feel the suspension's much firmer now.
Yeah.
Taking these bumps a little more aggressively. The steering's heavier. It's holding revs. I'm very excited.
Oh! Boy, did we get close to that sign.
A little bit of oversteer there. Impressive. I think this guy's getting on okay. Oh, this car's gonna wait. All right. We could do a Daily Motor live drive tire change. Ready for the old 60 to 0?
Sure. All right, just let me get a grip. Oh, nice.
Not the quickest, but for the size of car, it was fine. So we're actually going to turn the air conditioning off. so that we can do full-on launchy McLauncher. We got a little bit of traffic going this way, so we're gonna go this direction. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Actually, we should turn traction control off. How does one go about that? Traction control. They always hide them somewhere. Well, let's try it. We'll see if we get any traction control interference without it. Ready?
Yes. Oh, wow.
Nope.
No? That was not a launch or no traction control?
No traction control interference. Grips and ribs.
Nice.
It's definitely quick. It's responsive.
Ooh.
But that was not like,
No.
oh my gosh, fast.
It really wasn't. I knew it wasn't gonna be. I was
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It is what it is.
Right, it is what it is. And I'll be honest with you guys, if I owned this car, I would be driving in conserve mode most of the time. And it's not just because I'm stingy and I like to save money on gas, but it's also because
The Earth.
the Earth. Gotta save the planet with my aviator. No, it's just because the car drives smoother that way.
Uh-huh.
The inputs are a little less abrupt. It just kind of makes for a smoother, more serene driving experience. So I just drive around in conserve modes, what I was doing earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty straightforward.
Nice. Very cool.
So let's see here real quick. If we set the cruise control, we do have some self-driving, so you can see right now the car is steering itself.
That's
and
pretty awesome.
the lines aren't even that clear in the road right now, so let's see what happens. It's
Ooh.
Didn't like that real quick, but that might have been because I wasn't touching it. Let's see.
But did it just drop you when it was like, all right, put your hands on the wheel?
I think it was because it lost the lane.
Oh.
So now it's got the lane again.
Okay, these lines are a little bit thicker.
Yep. So let's see if it does this corner. Yeah.
Nice.
I was a little nervous about it, but it did it.
Wow. I'm interested to see how it would do in a roundabout.
I would think that it would just go straight through the center. So,
Yeah.
we got our drive control malfunction service required again.
Huh. Oh, sorry.
Thought the car's just losing its mind.
That was me.
So let us know in the comments if there are any last things you'd like to see here on the old Aviator. It's very hard to not say Navigator.
Is that what it used to be?
No, the Lincoln Navigator's just been around longer and through more model years, and it just kind of rolls off the tongue better.
Gotcha.
Look at this M5 right there. That's cool. Might not even be an M. Might be a fake M.
So we do have some updated information about the sound system.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, it's like a 28 speaker Ultima Rebel, blah blah blah.
Yes. Okay.
That's good enough for me.
All right.
I'll have all the full speaker details when we do our sound system review demo thing. Yeah. Let us also know in the comments, for those of you watching, what time is better for you for live drives? Do you like this evening sort of thing? I assume because you're watching right now, but would it be the same or better or worse for us to do it in the middle of the day, something like 12 o'clock Eastern time, or maybe 2 o'clock Eastern time or something like that? I've been thinking about putting out a poll to see what people would prefer, but
That'd be a great idea, I think.
yeah, I know we've got some East Coasters who are just getting out of work, West Coasters that are just getting out of work right now. But we've also got European people who are in bed, so
Yeah.
how do you appease all of them? I don't know.
Right.
But so let us know if there are any times. Oh yeah, let's get the air conditioning going. Any times that'd be best for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kyle, what's better for you?
Let us know, Kyle. Anything else going on in the old?
We are up to date.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up here soon, so let us know if there are any last things you'd like to see. One thing I would like to know is if there's a way to fold the third row headrests from the front, Volvo style.
Ah.
Because if there isn't, then that'd be a little frustrating. That's how you can lock your audio.
Opinion number 1 says we should do 7 p.m. CST.
Ah,
Is
so
that
8 o'clock.
Central?
Yep.
Okay. That would would be 8 o'clock for us in Michigan.
That would be fine. The only problem is it would be dark by the end of it.
Yeah, that's true.
It'd be kind of cool for you guys to be able to see the ambient lighting and the gauges and stuff, but it'd be hard for us to show you anything else.
Although we might not get glare from the sun looking at the infotainment stuff.
No, that is true. That's true. That's an idea. What is rattling over there? Please tell me those are sunglasses or something. Okay, good. There are my sunglasses. I was just making sure it wasn't a part of the car.
That's another one of Charlie's pet peeves is when he finds rattles from inside the car and it's not due to anything that's something you can easily take out of the car.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if it's like a, what do you call it? Like a $22,000 Volkswagen Golf or something, but when we're talking about a $75,000 Lincoln, it should be devoid of rattles, and it actually is.
Yeah.
It's very quiet. This is a bumpy section of road.
This is a very awful section.
Yeah, this is bumpy, concrete. Yeah, and it's taking it like a champ. That is exactly what the road sounds like here. I'm trying to decide how I can get back without driving directly into the sun. I don't know if it's an option.
I wouldn't think it could be.
Although we could just end it up here, I suppose. End it!
No, Charlie, don't! There's so much to live for! And also, I don't want to be in the car with you.
Hey, I'm sure this Lincoln is very safe. I'm sure we have to try really hard to end it. Oh, I can show you one of the silly things about the car, though, that I haven't mentioned yet. So, if you look right here, this is your voice control button.
Oh, yeah. I almost pressed that like 3 different times when I was driving for 5 minutes.
Right. It's so easy to press. Not only is it in a position, like a spot where it's easy to press, but it also just, it clicks too easily. So
Yeah.
you could just be driving around and accidentally go bloop, and then your car is listening to you, and you have to say like, cancel.
I didn't get that. Please try again.
Cancel.
Canceling.
Yeah. So it's
That was actually worked pretty much the first time.
it's a very silly spot for the voice control button to use. Because, I mean, yeah, voice control, like, you do use it. Some people use it more than others. But it's weird to, like, prioritize it that much. So, I don't know. I think it's a silly spot. If anything were to go there, I don't know. I can't think of any. It's a cool spot for it, but I feel like someone thought it was a cool idea and didn't fail to realize that it's a bad idea.
I can see it being like at the top here, maybe there.
That would look,
That would look silly,
yes.
but at least you wouldn't be pressing it all the time. Maybe as you're turning the wheel, you might press it though.
I don't think there's anything wrong with just sticking it down here. They probably got to the point where they're like, crap, we're out of buttons. Where can we put the voice control button?
Right where your thumb goes.
Yeah, it's because that'd be convenient, right?
Yeah. And then that guy got a raise.
Yep. Now he runs the company. All right. Any last minute things that people want to see?
Someone said he asked where we live because he thinks it looks nice.
Oh, thank you. Well, we are in southeastern Michigan, kind of the Detroitish area.
Metro.
Yeah, Metro Detroit. It's there are some decent places around here to drive, and the rain has been plentiful lately, so it's greener than it would typically be this time of year. So
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to think if
Right.
there's anything else. You do have automatic high beams. You can interrupt me if there's anyone that wants to say something.
Okay.
I was gonna say. Oh, overall, just first day impressions of the Aviator. I think it's awesome that Lincoln's finally getting their junk together, to say it nicely. It's for Lincoln was such a good car, decades ago, and then they just got so crappy and just cheap, a laughing stock of luxury automobiles. And what's important to recognize is that it's not going to happen overnight. You can't just come out with a few good cars and all of a sudden be right on top again. It's going to take decades, again, the time that it took for you to lose your reputation as a luxury car automaker, it's going to take that long to build your reputation back up. Lexus didn't become a luxury automaker. Shut up, I know you're broken. I'm trying to talk nice about you. Lexus didn't become a successful automaker overnight. Genesis has not become successful. They're still crawling their way up. So it's going to take Lincoln time to get back to being recognized as a legitimate luxury car player. But this Aviator is an awesome step in the right direction. It's priced I'd say it's priced well. It's priced accurately. I'd say it all started with the Continental, which was good, but it just was wrong place, wrong time. Then you've got the Aviator, the new Navigator. You've got the new Corsair, which is nice. I think it's a little too similar to a Ford, but it's decent. It kind of fills a niche. You've got a lot of nice features, very quality material. So I could see myself recommending this car. I wouldn't recommend it to someone who's just about to sign their check on a Mercedes or a BMW.
Okay.
It doesn't feel the same. It's got a wow factor that's not it's not covered with quite as much punch as one of those cars, but it's good. It's really good, and it just kind of has a different feel, and I could see somebody definitely liking this car better than one of those.
All right.
Yep, so...
Solid assessment, I would say.
Right, after one day. You'll have to see my full review. We'll see our audio system test. We'll see what kind of fuel mileage it gets on our highway fuel economy test. Other than that, yeah, I'd say definitely good showing from Lincoln.
Nice.
Yep. So we're gonna stay here just a few more minutes. I'm gonna drive on the highway a bit. I'm gonna get a few more highway impressions and then stop, wrap it up, and
Cool.
call it an evening.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Didn't you tell me one time how many cars are built in Detroit, or am I dreaming?
Well, if I told you, the answer would be 0. So.
Oh, well, all right.
Unless I'm mistaken, I don't think there's a single car factory in the actual Detroit city limits anymore. I think the last one to be built there was the Dodge Viper, and that ended production in 2015 or 2016.
Well, goodness.
Yeah. There are vehicles made right outside of Detroit.
Okay.
In fact, we're going to drive by, and we've driven by multiple times tonight, the factory where Chevy Corvairs were made right here.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and a few other older Chevys and GMs, those type of things. Let us set the adaptive cruise control again with the active lane keeping assist. So as you can see here, I've got my hands off the wheel, and even though it's a remarkably straight highway, the Aviator is navigating us quite well.
Whoa.
It is now starting to tell me to keep my hands on the steering wheel, and you can
And
see
it thinks we're gonna go off.
the rest area there.
Okay. Nope. Okay, so it's not.
Vehicle is now slowing down because my hands weren't on the wheel. So, yeah, great.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
understandable. You're supposed to keep your hands on the wheel. I can
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say it's the perfect system. It's definitely not a Tesla. It's far from it.
Yeah, it's not, but even Tesla gotta keep your hands on the wheel.
That's fine, but yeah.
It's not as smart as the Tesla system. It's not as good as Super Cruise. Not as good as Volvo's. But it's better than a few of the other ones out there.
Gotcha. Cool.
You know, Hyundai actually makes a remarkably good semi-autonomous driving mode, and they never brag about it. It's interesting. It's even on the Ioniq, like very, very good. Fun fact.
Also, fun fact.
Yes.
Kyle wants an 88 town car.
Hey man, if we can go to some drug house in Metro Detroit and pull an 88 town car out from someone who's passed out and sleeping in the back of it,
Charlie.
then we will review that 88 town car.
Jeez. What is the TRX? What is that?
The Rebel TRX, that is Ram's Ford Raptor competitor. So it's a Ram 1500.
Okay.
But it's beefed up. It's gonna have the Hellcat engine.
Oh wow.
So it's gonna be bonkers fast. It's gonna be a V8, which the Raptor is not anymore. It's gonna sound amazing, and it's gonna be very capable off-road. Ram has been dragging their feet to put that truck out. I don't understand why. Because they could be printing dollar bills with it. But they've just been dragging their feet. It exists.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. You're not supposed to know that. But I don't work at Car and Driver anymore, so it's okay.
All right.
Was somebody asking about the TRX? Rebel TRX?
Oh, Kyle says when it comes out, we should drive it.
Oh, for sure. Oh my gosh, when the Rebel TRX comes out, it's gonna be like one of my favorite cars of all time. I love the Ford Raptor. Raptor is awesome. When you drive a Ford Raptor, you feel like you're invincible. You feel like Superman. There's no other car that makes you want to just drive over median. You'll be sitting at a stoplight, And there will be like you need to turn left, and there's one car in front of you, and you just think to yourself, you're like, I could totally just drive right up over the curb. I could drive right up over that Corolla in front of me if I really wanted. It's a bad car for that reason, but it's good.
It's a bad car.
Puts bad thoughts in your mind. Yep.
That's fun.
Yeah. So this factory right here, they used to build Chevys out of there.
Let's see.
So it's still a GM plant, but it's just for parts now. Yep, and here at Willow Run Airport, down the road, where like right outside of where you and I were swapping cars back there, that's where Henry Ford used to build the bombers during World War II.
Well,
Yep.
History lesson all in one.
Yeah, we're educated here at Daily Motor. Trying to get you there too.
Nice Michigan education.
Yeah, and right here is a 700-foot tunnel right in front of us, and that is for autonomous vehicles to test themselves when they don't have GPS access.
Cool.
Yep, so that's the American Center of Mobility there is a whole semi-autonomous test driving field, and there are fake roads and highways and everything there for cars to test themselves, and
There's a big tunnel if you guys can see it over that ridge.
right in our backyard.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Pretty neat. Ooh, let's make this green.
Oh.
Hammer down!
Boy.
Ah.
Nope. Do not. Thank you.
If I weren't on camera, I would have done that.
Ladies and gentlemen, he would have.
We would have made it. Still would have been yellow. But, hey, we always drive safely in our press cars.
Comment from Eric Levos. Is
Yes?
the F-150 still built in Detroit?
The F-150, oh my gosh, you're going to test me. It's built, isn't it built in Flat Rock? No, it's the Mustang. F-150s are built, I want to say in Indiana. I think they build them in a few different places, but I'm pretty sure it's Indiana.
So nothing is built here? Nada.
Oh, well, no, the Camaro's built in Lansing.
Oh, I meant like Detroit. Nothing.
Nothing in Detroit city limits.
Okay. Okay.
Ram trucks are built out in Sterling Heights. Near Detroit. I'm trying to think now.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's not much, we have evolved past manufacturing.
Have we?
Yeah, we do design now here in Michigan and engineering.
Okay.
Yep. We let Mexico and China build our cars. Do the dirty work. Yes, I know this car is broken.
It keeps making that little jingle.
Yeah. For those of you just tuning in, we've been driving the Lincoln. I think what time did it get dropped off? It got dropped off today at about 1 o'clock. It's now 8, and it's broken. To be fair, it actually broke like 3 hours ago. So.
Yeah, I did see it earlier today.
Yep. Yep.
Charlie, final question, perhaps.
Okay.
Did you ever tour that River Rouge factory?
I did. So you're right. Oh, there are Fords built in Dearborn.
Thanks, Amy.
But I don't think they build all of them there. I'm pretty sure not all F-150s are built there. I could be mistaken. But yeah, they are built down in Dearborn. I completely disregarded Dearborn. Thank you, comment section.
Peanut gallery.
Peanut gallery. Yes.
Don't worry, we love you guys. Cool.
Am I missing anything cool? Well, now that it's getting a little darker, we will check to see if the ambient lighting shows up at all. And we'll do one kind of final sweep of the car here, both inside and out, and then wrap this video up.
Cool.
Yeah. And see, Chris at the Topher got me a nice watch. So thank you to him. Shout out. He's probably got better things to do than to be watching our live drive, but that was a very nice gesture from him. You can see we got our 360 camera here showing us a top superimposed view as well as a nice resolution.
That is really
camera.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So if we go to settings, ambient light, we've got some color swaths there.
That's a cute display right there.
Yeah, and this is actually how you adjust the brightness.
Wow.
Now it's a tad frustrating that you can't just customize like personal color.
Where am I supposed to be looking for this lighting?
Well,
Up here, maybe?
let's see. Let's turn blue all the way up.
Where can you see the blue? I know it's in the handle here. You can see the blue coming out of the handle. See it on your hand too.
It might just be too dark. You can see it a little bit down there in the cup holders.
Okay.
And right here as
Over
well.
there, yeah.
Yep, so if I do, oh, and actually it's coming up on the camera quite well, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So if I switch over to purple, see, it's very
pretty.
light, it's like a lavender. There's like a nice green,
Mm-hmm.
a light blue.
Get my phone out of there.
Okay. Yellow.
Is that it? It's the center spot and the handles
no,
here?
no, it'd probably be down on our feet as well. We probably just can't really see it in this lighting.
Oh, it's down here, underneath here. And on some cars, you see it up in this dash area a little bit, but I don't see anything like that. Not even a reflection on my hand.
I'm looking around to see if there are any other lighting settings. Let's see if we go general. No. Vehicle? Lighting. Oh, come on. Nope, that's all exterior lighting. So
Weird.
yeah, no,
Alright.
that seems to be the extent of it.
You get what you get.
Check out our night drive on the Winding Road channel. We might have a better display of the ambient lights.
So, quick question.
Yes.
With press cars that you only own for about a week or so,
Yes.
what happens when you have some sort of electrical problem or something that you need to get the car serviced? What do you do?
If it's bad enough, we just contact the handlers and they come and take care of it. Drive Shop, Navs, Motor City Solutions, they all do an excellent job. Just shoot a call, let them know what's going on, and that's that. And that's twofold. They don't want anything to get further damaged with the car. They don't want me to have a bad experience and give a bad review like we just did for the car, having an issue.
Rough.
At the same time, if it happens while we have it, there's nothing they can really do about it. I mean, they could come and get the car, but I mean like before I tell them that it's broken. Sometimes, like say, for example, if it's something minor, like a nail in the tire, and I would run it out to the dealership for them if that's what they want to do. If they were just going to take it to the dealer anyway, I would just go do it if I had time or something like that. So it depends.
All right, cool.
Yep. All right, so yeah, one last look at the beautiful interior here in the Aviator. Nice wood grain. This is like it's got to be plastic, but it's kind of a cool like texture to it.
They've definitely textured it, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't get scratches if there's already scratches textured in. It's like that meme with the guys like,
Yeah. Adult problems require adult solutions or something like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. That happens when you open the door.
Class E. Speaking of Class E, let's get out and take one last look.
Okay.
Here's one thing that the Aviator does not have that misses the luxury car check mark, and I'm not sure if a black label, top level trim would have it, but when you open the doors with these fancy dancy handles that don't actually pull, two things actually. One, it doesn't have those kind of doors that you can open in any position, like a good BMW or Mercedes or something. It still sort of latches itself into certain spots. And then there's also no soft close door. So a soft close door, when I don't shut it all the way, would latch itself, but this one, oh, it does!
Oh!
Good. See, that's a good thing we tested it. That's the type of thing that wouldn't make it into a review because we know it to be false.
Now, true test. And it does lock. Okay, so, oh no, we're okay. I always have a fear that we locked ourselves out of a car, but...
So soft closed doors on the Aviator. I'm sorry, Lincoln, I was mistaken. Anyway, nice flowing lines. You do have this floating roof, a characteristic that a lot of SUVs have been taking on.
I like that. I think that looks cool.
Good. I do like that. I actually really like that Lincoln has gone to the full light bar look. It's just cool because
the older Lincolns have that too, right?
Yeah. That's like an older Lincoln design element, and then you get behind, and you're like, oh yeah, that's a Lincoln. You do have key here. This is kind of crap, kind of unfortunate that it's just pretty much a Ford key with a Lincoln badge, but it works. It's fine. It just doesn't feel. It's kind of light, but yeah. But you've got two press there to open the power liftgate.
Okay.
And then I wonder if you can start it with the liftgate open. Oh, you can see the car's lowering for us.
Ooh.
So we can put stuff in there.
I wonder if you guys caught that.
Let's see if we... close this if it'll raise back up. It might. So it's in cargo mode right now. The air suspension's dropped down.
Does it raise back up?
It probably won't raise back up until we start it, but it's actually really low right now.
Yeah.
Here. Let's try remote starting the car and see if it raises. Is it going up?
I don't see it.
All right, you stay here. I'll get in it, start it that way, and then it'll raise back up.
Okay. So sometimes what he's talking about, in case you guys don't know, when the trunk opens, the suspension in the back will actually lower. It did. Did you see you guys just raise up a little bit? So in case you guys are loading things in that are heavy, it lowers the car down for you. Oh, and he's probably doing that manually, actually. Oh, yep, a lot more. Huh. So it will lower, the car will lower itself for you guys when you're putting things in the car.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how much taller it is. Not that it's really high, but it makes it even easier. And that's the setting you can do, but...
Okay, so did you end up raising it more?
No, that's just where it goes back to.
Oh, wow.
Well, it did raise up. Yeah, well, it raised.
It did it like 3 different times, I would say.
Mm-hmm. It's got a few different levels.
That's kind of neat.
Kind of
and see, it just settled again.
Yep. If you come along the side here, you can see how dirt nasty low it looks.
Dirt nasty low.
Looks slammed.
Yeah, it does.
Ghetto Aviator.
Yeah. That's quite low to the ground. Look at that.
Also, look at this. I like how we can really see at night. The lights wrap around. This makes that really classy look.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a cool design. It just looks
nice,
like
soft, clean, sweeping lines.
Mm-hmm. That's good. You're an artistic type of person, not autistic, artistic.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And you like it, right? You think it's pleasing?
I think it's very classy looking. I think it's aesthetically pleasing. Yeah.
The only thing I will say that's a tad strange is that if you look kind of at the right angle, it's a very blunt front end.
Look at this angle.
Well, just like yeah, like kind of from right here actually, like from the side. You just see it's like, shoom. It's like kind of just an abrupt snout.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that's a little weird. But I did just notice that the Lincoln badge actually lights up.
Oh.
Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, so if I lock it here after about 30 seconds, not that we have to stand there for 30 seconds. Oh, right there.
It didn't even. It took like 3 seconds.
And I'll unlock it.
Bloop. Lit up.
Classy.
Lit.
It's lit. I guess we should take a look at the old twin blower.
The what?
The engine.
Ah.
Yeah. Not one, but 2. Count them 2 turbochargers.
Oh.
Oh, it's a stupid double pull. See, Lincoln's trying to be Germans, and they're going to the double pull BMW style hood release.
And he did it like 3 extra times, just to make sure.
There it is, hidden behind a bunch of plastic.
Yeah.
You do have a, listen to that. Not a very inspiring
sound
chassis
there.
reinforcement bar, but it's there. Yeah, there you go. Set way back there. Your
wow.
Your 3-liter.
Yeah, look at all the plastic that's right here.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
A lot of pulling apart these little pain in the butts if you wanted to work on
That's
anything.
like an extra couple $100 in labor right there.
Yep.
To get any work done.
Yep. It is in there.
Yep.
Hot too.
Yeah, very warm.
So, but at least you can add windshield washer fluid.
That's good. All right.
All right, everyone. Well, any last thoughts on the Aviator?
I think everyone's got their mind made up.
Yep, they're all gonna go buy one, right? Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for checking out our cool Lincoln here. We're gonna have this for the next few days and then hand it off to Chris over at the Topher. So if you like this type of content and car reviews, check out Chris over at the Topher. Check out Winding Road Magazine. We've got 2. And always check out Daily Motor because we do fun things too.
Yes.
Thanks everyone for watching. I'm
Make
Charlie.
Sure you like and subscribe as well.
Yes. If you're not liking and subscribing every video, then what are you doing, man? You're never gonna get to Aviator life. Let's do a quick. These are all the different. Oh, look at this. We can do filters on the camera to make it look all like old timey back when Lincolns were good. What if we did the whole review like
Oh
this?
my gosh. I can't believe that's still a filter.
Ooh, man, it does not help.
Thanks.
It does not look good. I'm sorry.
Thank
you.
you.
You look much better and it would be kind of cool to do it in black and white though. It's like we're doing a like an old silent movie, but a car review. I'm just having fun now.
I understand.
Oh my gosh, that is awful.
That's
You
like
guys shouldn't even be watching it at this point. There's 7 of you, and there shouldn't be. We're
we're just messing around right
Yeah,
now.
we're-
It's an hour 30 in.
right. We could do it hipster style like this. Do the whole review
Oh
like
my gosh.
if we ever get a Volkswagen bus,
Yes.
we'll do it
Or
like
just
this.
an old timey bug.
Yeah. Old time. This actually looks really cool though. Here.
Yeah, do me.
Is that kind of cool?
It feels like you need to have like that silent movie sound going through it.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Guys, I apologize for the silliness that is ensuing at the moment.
I should have shaved to just have a mustache.
You kind of got like a 70s view
Yeah.
style going, minus that.
I've been
Button
driving
up.
Lincolns for
Wait.
about 8 hours.
Wait, just your face. Okay.
I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, try it on.